Hey guys, what's up? It's Aaron with the Detail Code. Do you have a dirty car? Well, reach out to us. We have a few mobile trucks where we can come to you, and we do have a shop as well. So book your appointment at thedetailcode.com. Use the code Lew Sico 23 and receive 10% off. See y'all later.
Excited.
Well, yeah, I don't have a cat. It's my neighbor's cat.
That's okay.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Lewsr Lew. We're chilling in the west side of San Antonio, back at the crib.
Hello, Lewis.
Your name in my phone is Lewis.
Really?
I don't know why.
Well, that's my name.
I know. It feels like you're in trouble every
He's
time
like,
I
makes
text
sense.
It's 8:22:23. It's like 10 p.m. It's 80 degrees outside. It's actually kind of cool outside. Mm-hmm. It rained today. This is a big weekend this weekend. I can't wait for this weekend to be over, but I'm excited for this weekend. It's like three things this weekend. It's Friday, Friday the unseen, Saturday unseen, and then I have a show of Vice Versa on Sunday as well.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Shout out,
That's
Lil
awesome.
Elephant. So I have some amazing friends sitting at the table with me today. Here, go ahead and go first. If they want to get a hold of you, Paola, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so I'm Paola. My IG is Paola Longoria, PaolaLongoria.
And sitting next to Paola is one of my favorite people.
Hello.
She's the one with the British accent every now and then.
Every now and then, just a little.
Sometimes it's Scottish.
A little garnish for you. But yeah, my name is Bria Woods. I'm also a photographer, and you can follow me on Instagram at Bria Woods Photography.
And then we have the amazing Courtney.
Hello.
They want to get a hold of you. How do they get a hold of you?
Just don't.
Oh,
They say your name 3 times in the mirror in the dark or what?
No. My Instagram is Courtney _yeah, YEAH. I'm also chilling at Digital Pro Lab quite a bit these days. So I'm sure if you ever roll through, I'll be there. I am in the back, so you have to ask for me by name. And
Yeah,
I'll appear.
Your office is in the back. It's pretty hidden.
There's no window, but
Hey, it's better that way. The room gets cooler with no windows.
yeah, it's chill. It's chilling.
All right. So, what y'all been up to?
Oh, man. So many things.
Yeah, it's definitely a big weekend coming up.
It's Foto Septiembre right now, so
Let's go.
Courtney has a show coming up this weekend.
And Lew's in that show. Yeah, so
I'm showing a little something.
something. It's a big something.
I went
It's big.
I'm so excited.
I went by there the other day and I didn't see it, so I saw everyone else's work and I was just like, okay.
You're gonna see it Friday night. We're doing our artist soft opening.
I know I'm bringing my mom.
Oh,
I know she's actually down to come out. I was like, hell yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So you'll see it then. I still haven't seen it.
What? Get out of here.
Yeah, I'll see it when you see it.
I'm super I'm excited about it. I'm super stoked about the show. The promotion has been super fun. I have friends who hit me up just like, hey, are those your eyes on 281?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely been different than anything else, being in marketing that I've ever, worked on before. And I think it's just because the team has been so incredibly willing to just kind of do whatever we have to do.
Hey, shout out to Alex and the crew.
Yeah, Alex and Larry, I can't. They're so talented. I cry. I look at them and the other day I just started crying. I was like, what is happening? I love you.
You would.
Yeah. So,
All right. So I know y'all have a company that y'all do. What's
Yeah.
that company called?
Copa Creative.
What's that about?
It's a creative media agency, essentially. We do. We work with a lot of local small businesses, national businesses, everything from video production to branding, photo video content. We do social media strategy as well and creative consultation. Yeah. So yeah, we just kind of joined forces and
Yeah, Bria
are
actually
doing it all.
Yeah, she.
Yeah.
So we've known each other forever, and I've known Bria since high school. And
Man, I didn't know y'all went that far back.
Yeah, that
freshman
far
year,
back.
First
Go
day of high
Jags.
school.
Go what now?
Go Jags.
I won't.
Johnson Jaguars.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
That was our mascot in high school.
Where's Johnson? I don't even know where that's at.
Northeast.
Stone Oaks
Oh, okay,
Stone Oaks.
okay.
area. Yeah.
So we met in high school, and then I met Pal like shortly
College,
after I started college, and Bria was actually our first project as Copa.
Yeah.
So we had been
She
talking
actually
about
was. Yeah.
doing it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. And
Yeah.
Bria hit me up, and she was like, "I need, some guidance on her story project and how to sort of tell that story and document that." And I was like, "Well, Pao and I are pretty much starting
Officially.
our business, like officially.
Yeah.
So if you want to be the kind of like the first person in on it."
Oh, that's hella cool.
And
Yeah.
Bria was. She was our first official client.
And we like documented all the pre-production, like her actually putting all like, the installation up at Motherling, the event.
Where is that?
Off of Roosevelt, kind of near, like Lone Star.
Yeah, right,
Oh, okay,
right
okay,
south
okay.
of Lone Star. I
Yeah.
would say it's a cool gallery.
But yeah, I received my first artist grant last year.
Damn, hell yeah, get that money.
Yes, so I finally had real money to work with for the Her Story Project, and I was like, I really want to tell the story of the Her Story Project, and I want to do it right. And so I was already very familiar with like the work that Courtney was doing, and I was just getting to know Pao, and so I saw this opportunity, and like every single idea I presented, they were like, great, now let's take it to the 100th floor. You know what I mean? Like, let's scale this to a much more thought out version of just kind of like the seed idea. And it was so successful. I think by the end of it, I reached like, what was it?
It's like 11,000 accounts.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
11,000
Oh, wow.
It
accounts
was-
just from my page. Like, it's
Yeah.
not anything I'm doing. It's because of the content that they produced and like
Well,
the
but
messaging.
Bria was also the most ideal client though, because everything we told her to do, she did. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
But she was just on board and just
Weren't
like,
you
all right.
there? Weren't you there when we produced that like reel that she was doing?
Was it the one where she was like moving around?
No, that was for that,
With
so
her
that was
with her
for
with her
Digital
pink
Pro
with
Lab.
her pink like
Her
lace
Jumper?
pink
No,
lace
it was like a
like
pink lace thing, and we were like
I
making
remember I
this
wore
reel,
it.
and then Lou
I
had
don't even
his.
remember this.
So here's what happened.
You were there. You were there.
You were there.
We were there at like simultaneously as like the Her Story Project, and we were starting Copa. We were also starting photo nights at Digital Pro Lab, which my sort of job in that is to coordinate, work with coordinating all the artists that come in and help them out and be supportive in any way that I can and get all the marketing out.
You
And
don't
so-
remember when I was acting like you?
No, really.
Oh.
Because Lou wanted to come over to run through his artist talk.
How'd you
with
turn
me.
your light on?
I don't know. That'd be.
I do remember. I was wearing one of my lace robes, which is one of my
And I
signature.
made
I remember I draped it over my head.
Yeah, like the Virgin Mary.
And he put it on his head.
Oh
I mean,
my
it did
God.
look pretty ethereal. It looked very.
It's like
like,
the prettiest
graceful.
photo of Lou that anyone's ever gonna take.
Yeah, it was a very graceful
amazing.
moment.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy to have you on the show, Bria. Like, I know, like, we've been talking about it, but I know you record on Thursdays, and I usually record on Thursdays. I kind of moved everything around just to have y'all on tonight
Aww. Thanks.
Thank you.
because I wanted to drop this before the Unseen show this
Yeah,
weekend.
absolutely.
Dude, I am so excited about
Yeah.
that show. I
So
can't wait to see my
excited.
work.
7 p.m. at Digital Pro Lab. It's yeah. Your piece is. Yeah, I'm excited.
You told
I
me you
cannot
hadn't seen
wait.
it. You seen
I've
it?
seen it.
Oh,
but
okay,
I
so you
haven't
lied
seen
to
it.
me.
like printed.
I've seen
like
it. Yeah,
I haven't
I've
seen it printed.
it.
I
That's
walked
the
in
vision.
randomly, like really, like almost at closing the other day, just to like look at everything.
To look at it. Yeah, we totally transformed the entire lobby over the course of the past week and a half, and yeah, it's a lot. But
Yeah,
it's
I
funny
went
because
today. It
people
looks
walk into
amazing.
DPL and then they're like, "Oh shit, my bad," and then they'll like start walking out, and we have to be like, "Oh no, it's okay." Like, but I'm like,
there's like a whole caution sign as soon as you walk in, so I think that's maybe why.
Yeah.
People are like, wait, am I supposed to be here?
Yeah. It's been funny when it was.
It
like,
looks amazing, though.
When it was under construction, it was like a mess. Like, just
Oh,
we
yeah.
had the lift in there because we hung prints
Oh,
really high.
Hey,
yeah.
those prints look
How did
amazing.
you
They
get
look
that
so
lift in
good.
there?
Shout out to Sam Cooke. Those prints look
They're
great.
incredible.
Everything I
Sam
saw in there
Cooke
looked
and Hannah
amazing.
Harbor.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen a lot of his work, and when I saw those pieces, I was like, oh my gosh, like, just
Yeah.
so amazing.
It's
So-
Beautiful pieces.
So I was cracking up because we were meeting up with him at the MLK March, and I don't know if you know who the singer Sam Cooke is.
Yeah.
But there's a singer Sam Cooke, and I was asking some lady like, "Hey, do you know where Sam Cooke is?" And his song was playing in the background, and she just kind of looked at me, and I was like, "No, I promise. Like, he's a photographer taking pictures."
It's a real person.
Well, Sam Cooke was really big in in those movements and all of that. So of course he's playing at the.
Oh my gosh, that's so
It was
funny.
that was pretty funny. That was a good time too. The MLK March was a lot of fun.
I love whenever people see Sam and they're like, "Oh, camera exchange."
yes, he was the nicest guy to me
He
there one
was,
time because
Yeah.
I know, like, you know, you look at me, I'm full of tattoos, I'm a big Mexican dude, like, I usually get brushed off at places like that.
Yeah.
But that dude sat there and he, like, helped me out with a lot of things one time.
Sam's down.
I forever love that fool.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a great guy.
But it's gonna be good. We have some margarita trucks. And
Oh, okay. I know my one of my sponsors, the Detail Code, was actually detailing Taps's truck today.
Oh, really? Yeah, they'll be out there. Tap Truck San Antonio. Enrique and Tejano Chris are gonna be spinning.
Oh, okay. I think my roommate's spinning too.
Yeah, and that's why
Shout out
on our
Eve.
way here, I was like, "Isn't that Lew's roommate?" So
Yeah, he's crashed out in the back.
Nice.
I'm gonna just be sleeping the whole night. No, I'm just kidding.
Sleeping, standing
I'm
up.
ready for bed. By the time Saturday comes, I'm gonna be a zombie.
I'm excited to see like all that hard work just like
Absolutely.
come alive.
I'm just excited to see everybody come together. That's really what it's all about.
We love a good DPL party.
It's been great to just like work with you and ever since like, you know, photo nights when we did your artist talk is sort of more so when we got acquainted and like just seeing the community that you bring together, and I mean that alone will fill Digital Pro Lab. So I was like, y'all, I don't think we know what we did.
I'm excited about this. Like,
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting stuff for sure. But I think what's really cool to see is that like everyone in the community has like so much cool shit going down. Like anyone you talk to, like you have a show Saturday and Sunday. You have shows coming up. Bria's doing your radio thing.
hey,
like-
speaking of that, can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So this is my 9th year on the air with KRTU.
Oh, did you say 9?
Yeah.
9th year.
Wow,
Yeah.
congrats. That's
Thank you.
dope.
I started when I was a sophomore at Trinity. I took the radio production class there, and then I just got on the air, and I've been with them ever since. I've had different shows on the air with them, but all jazz. I think I did indie overnight once, but I was like, I'm not.
You
cool
did the
enough.
I
indie
loved
overnight?
Once,
over
yeah,
indie
just for like a
overnight.
short stint, and then I was like, I don't think I'm cool enough for the indie side, so I'm gonna do the jazz side. And then so I've just done jazz ever since. I used to do like kind of like the drive time slot, which was called Jazz in the Afternoon.
Oh yeah.
But then at the beginning of 2022, they asked me if I could take over the Women in Jazz show. So I've been doing that for a little over a year now. And I love it. It's every Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. on KRTU. And I just play jazz from all women musicians and featuring women musicians. So it's kind of like my recess every week. You know, I just get to go in there and play some of the best music ever recorded, you know?
That's pretty
Yeah. It's my happy place. We did so another time that we worked together. We're trying to set a personal record for how many times we can work together in a year.
I'm sure we
in
will.
1 year.
But another time that we worked together was we came up with this idea to kind of do like a tiny desk / like music podcast thing on my show. It was called Jazz with Friends. So each Thursday in July, I had different friends join me on this show, Women in Jazz, and they got to request what they wanted to hear. And Courtney and Paola, well, eventually just Paola.
We were episode
Recorded
1.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Recorded it and took photos
Yeah, I did
so
not
that
have that
we can put it on
capacity.
YouTube. And so I think so. Yeah, Courtney and Paola in the first episode, they wanted to hear bossa nova and Latin jazz. And then our friend Olivia was on the second episode. She wanted to hear acid jazz, and I was like, "Girl, what even is that?"
That was a good one.
I
Yeah,
had to Google it, and it's more like
she did. Yeah,
early 2000s like dance.
Yeah, I was gonna say I prefer mushroom jazz a little bit more.
I'm not about.
Are you just you're making that up?
I promise I'm not.
Mushroom jazz.
Why would I lie to you? What would I gain out of that?
Why would I?
Kicks and giggles.
No, I'm being serious. I'm saying it with a
So
straight face.
what does it sound like?
stop.
It's like, you know, like you were saying, like dance music, just not as hard with some jazz music.
I'm gonna fact check you in a minute.
Mushroom jazz.
And then, and then we had Amanda and John on actually.
Oh yeah,
And we
that's
did,
right.
You talking about my boy John
Violinist.
Hendricks?
John
Yeah,
Yeah.
violinist and guitarist.
Yep.
I thought he played the harmonica.
He said he was gonna bring the harmonica. He did not.
So I think,
Yeah.
right,
I was
because
laughing
He
because like
said it so that Amanda would bring her violin.
He was just playing
which
around,
She did, and she ended up playing, and then he just totally bailed on playing any.
Yeah,
songs.
he did. He did.
And Amanda
But
was
he's
like,
so like cute. He can just like get away with it. He's such a nice person.
yeah, right.
John's just like,
I love that fool.
I mean, we're gonna
Yeah.
play jazz either way, so I was like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
What I love about the unseen group and like the whole DPL thing, it brings me like closer with people who take pictures who I would probably never like reach
Right. Yeah.
Because I stay to myself. I stay to like the people I shoot with. Like I honestly don't even like shooting with people unless I really know them. Like like I don't know. I'm super weird when it comes to shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm contrary to popular belief, like really a shy person by nature.
Hey, same. Believe it or not.
You know, and it's funny because I can say the same thing about Digital Pro Lab. I mean, even in our friendship, I feel like we really reconnected because I was at the lab and you were at the lab coming through, and it was like, oh, this is a person like the community has gotten stronger, and I have found myself spending a lot of time with people that I would have probably never known was it not for my community through Digital Pro Lab. You know what I mean? But mostly it's just like beautiful to see like all of my friends becoming friends and people I meet and, you know, getting to introduce people. But yeah, it's funny that John, like us, and then like John Hendrick, who's a customer at Digital Pro Lab, that's how I met him, and then Amanda, who's the owner of DPL.
Shout out Amanda.
Shout out Amanda. She's in her Spartan training era. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that.
I mean, she put it online.
she
like
put it
that.
on IG.
Yeah, she
put
did.
it-
Okay, she did. Because, yeah, she's going to kick some ass, but...
I still want to see her play violin live.
Whenever we,
Well, when we drop the
post,
video.
when
Yeah.
we drop the video, you'll see it.
Well, I
It
said
was good.
live.
Oh,
like,
like did
yeah.
say live. That's
Yo,
true.
just request it.
Well, that'll be like the closest
I, bu-
thing
I,
to
bu-
live.
I bugged her one time about it. She said she'd be down if I bug her again, but I don't want to
You
bug her
gotta
too
keep
much.
bugging.
I don't want to bug her
Get
too
to
much.
bugging.
Maybe
Like,
after,
she busy.
after the show. Yeah. Do you play any instruments, Lou? No.
I have no talent at all. None at all.
Do you
I
play?
can't do anything.
I played the piano when I was little. But
No way.
I don't remember anymore. I mean, you know, like I know like Mary Had a Little Lamb and Chopsticks, like all the first songs you learn on piano. Like I know those.
I never learned a song.
but I'm not
classics.
gonna play that. You know what I mean?
Classics.
She's all, but in Spanish.
Yeah.
Do you play instruments?
Also the piano.
Oh, really?
I don't have anything memorized, but like if you stick a piece of sheet music in front of me and give me some time, I can teach it to myself.
Damn, that's cool. So you can read
Yeah.
music.
See, I can't read music
That's dope.
anymore.
Yo,
even.
that's cool. So can't you learn any instrument? Because you could read music?
I mean, I don't know if it really works like that. I still have to know like the principles of working with the instrument.
Do you have ESP?
But
Do you know what I'm thinking
I can
about
still
right now?
read music. Do I have what?
Interesting. ESP.
So what other projects has Copa done?
Oh man, so many. Yeah, honestly, we've been like official for like a few months. It's been like what 6-7 months.
We launched in May.
And we've just been busy, and it's just getting. I mean, this has been our busiest month yet. We just did a video production project for like a local law firm. So we do work a lot with like corporate, businesses. But we've also we did a project with Bria recently that was with the MPPA, the National Press Photographers Association. So that was a really cool project.
Yeah, that was cool.
That
to
sounds
do.
official.
I'm on the board with them. And
What is that?
So the National Press Photographers Association has been the body representing visual journalists for the last 75 years. And so press photographers, video journalists as well. And so I became a member in 2021, but then I was invited to join a committee last summer, like almost exactly a year ago. But then towards the end of last fall, the MPPA president was like, hey, I want you to run for the board. And I was like, nobody knows me. Like, I literally just got here. But she's like, no, I want you to put your name in the hat. So I did. Literally didn't even think about it. And then she called me, like, maybe a month or two later and was like, hey, just want to let you know that you won.
Oh, shit.
Like,
Hell yeah.
you were elected to the board. And
I mean, why wouldn't they elect you?
Yeah, it's like not surprising.
Yeah.
didn't know me. Like, and not only just on the board, but I'm still new to the industry. I'm a very early career photojournalist, so, I was just
But
surprised.
I mean,
I think,
you're an
like-
amazing, bubbly person, so
Yeah.
I could see that.
And you make moves.
And not
Yeah,
only
like
that,
you do things.
You
I was gonna say, like, over the past few months, like working with you in the capacity of the MPPA, it's like you're not just like bubbly and fun, like you are absolutely, and it's really easy to like you and love you.
But she's
At
also
the same time,
super
I think
professional.
you being new in the industry and having that perspective, it's like you're coming in with like, what would I want or what do I need, and like you're able to kind of bring that.
Woman on a mission.
Woman on a mission.
I sure am.
Yo,
Hell
when
yeah.
Bria
You
gets
too.
something in her head too, yo, that shit don't stop. It's like
Well, like
For better for worse. Like getting in front of a moving train.
so what is the Herstory Project?
So the Herstory Project is a multimedia series that I'm using to document women leaders in our community. And so it's an ongoing series, and I'm kind of, each cohort is what I'm calling a chapter, kind of emulating like a textbook. Because
I'm sorry, when you say cohort, I think of like a villain.
A villain.
what is a cohort?
I don't know.
I think of like
Why?
a university. It's like a class. Like
Right.
it's like
Cohort?
yeah.
I don't think I've ever used that word in my life.
Really?
Yeah, neither have I.
Oh,
But I
except
think
in
I.
that popular song from Wicked, they say cohort, but I never knew what it meant.
I'm so sorry for
I
cutting you off.
definitely thought of it as like in the. I got you. Yeah, educational.
So, anyways,
term.
back to the Herstory Project.
It's like a group of people.
A group.
There we go.
A group of
Essentially.
women, different groups of women. And each chapter has a different topic or theme. And so in chapter 1, I asked them all the same question, what brings you joy? In chapter 2, I asked them all to answer, if you could sit down with your great-grandmother, what would you want her to know about your life and how that compares to her life and how her life, like, paved the way for you? And if you could sit down with your great-granddaughter, what do you hope that your legacy will be through her eyes? And then for chapter 3, which launched this year, which we all worked on together, the topic was rest. Because, I don't know about y'all, but, like,
Yeah.
I just wasn't getting enough of it. I was like, this needs to be something that I become more intentional about in my life. And so I asked a different group of women, are you getting the rest you need? How do you find rest? And how can we make rest more communal? Because in my mind, what difference does it make if you're getting rest but we're not? That domino effect will eventually come back to you.
Yeah.
So rest has to be communal, and we need to be proactively looking for ways to help each other rest more,
Yeah.
you know?
Also, to like brag on Bria for a second, she pulled off her story project chapter 3 about rest, pulled off 2 separate events. So she actually had a gallery opening, which was wild because we got there on the tail end because we had shot a wedding that day.
We shot a wedding.
And we shot a birthday party, a wedding, and then Bria's
We
event.
did.
Dude,
Oh,
I
that's
was
so
like,
fast for you.
I was like, yo, I need a beer. I think I got there and Alex was there with Jess, his girl, and I was like, beer, and they just like handed me a beer. I was like, perfect. But yeah, so you had your gallery show opening, which was a huge success, like such a big event.
It was amazing.
Packed out, and then you had your community event. But it was funny because no one was resting. until
I
after.
mean, Yeah.
But it be like that
It
when
does,
you're like
yeah.
that close to an event or like a deadline. And I mean, I think that, the point is also like being aware and like knowing that, okay, when you do get that opportunity to rest, like you're making sure that you're taking that and you're balancing that out like throughout your life. I mean, I'm kind of like that right now. Like this next month, I don't have days off, but I'm going to get 3 weeks off. Well, 2, really.
Yeah.
I'll be working 1 week and then I'll be like 2 weeks off and like actually take that vacation. And then when I come back, like work back on that
Get back to it.
balance,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Because I kind of lost it this last
Yeah.
month a little bit.
I think we've all seen each other through some like pretty intense periods of
Oh,
life
for
at
sure.
this point.
Oh, yeah.
like,
Well, I mean, you said y'all known each other for a minute.
forever. And it's just like, yeah, like I'm not myself sometimes. Ka's not herself sometimes. Bria's not herself sometimes. And I think like what's cool in our our group of friends is that like we just like love each other through that shit. And we're like,
Yep.
you'll come back.
We'll literally be in like a meeting for a project that we're working on, have a breakdown, make a meal for each other, and then like get back to business. Like the level of community and mutual aid at this table is astronomical. I can tell you right now, like my mental health would be in shambles if it weren't for Courtney and Pal. Like
Aw.
you have no idea. You actually cannot even imagine.
But you're doing a 4th chapter of Her Story Project, right?
I sure am.
What is that one about?
I already know
Say
what
it
that
louder.
chapter
Really?
4 is about.
Oh my God, what is it? You haven't told me.
Are we revealing it?
I want to
Yeah,
know.
you can reveal.
I want to know.
This will be the first public announcement.
This is
PSA.
so exciting.
Drum roll.
Okay, yes.
Boundaries.
Oh, boundaries.
You know what it is?
Damn.
What I've realized
That's a good
is
one.
like
Hey, boundaries is a good one.
Yeah.
That's a toughie.
That's Courtney
every
taught me boundaries.
we all. Yeah, me too. If we're being real. But that's the thing. It's like every year. Not that funny.
So I gotta go.
No, it's serious. Just wait.
So every year, what?
Every year. Oh my.
What? I'm listening. Tell me. I want to
Sorry.
You got it out.
She's all, you got it out. Are you ready?
Got it. We good.
I'm good, bro.
Every chapter, the reason, like that, every chapter theme is something that I had to go through first before it could be a discussion that I could help facilitate.
Okay.
So, like, finding joy in after 2020. How in the world do you find joy after watching millions of people die and watching people say, like, hey, Black Lives Matter, and then some people are like, well, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, how do you find joy after that? And then, like, for legacy, like, I was starting to think, like, okay, clearly we have just seen that you can be unalive just like that. You really don't know how much time is ahead of you. And so are you thinking proactively about what you're leaving behind? And 2022 was also the year that I got, like, my health suffered so much because I wasn't resting. And also at the same time was not setting boundaries in many aspects of my life. And so these are all lessons that, like, come from a deeply personal place. And why I feel comfortable trying to facilitate these questions, not only with women leaders who I look up to and admire, but that I want our community to look up to and admire and see their humanity. You know what I mean? You don't have, it's not about, I'm not looking for women who are perfect or have it all together, but rather.
I mean, no one's perfect. No one has it all.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
True.
let's just, but I also want people to see, like, the real sides of women leaders and say, like, wow, I see myself in that person too. Like, look at all they're achieving, but look at all of their humanity as well.
Yeah, like they also deal with the exact same problems like
Yeah.
we deal with on a regular basis.
I think like oftentimes we look up to people or we put people who are, you know, years ahead of us in their careers and their journeys and their paths, and we're like, they would never do these. But if you just sat at a table with like 6 really successful women and like told them all of your like sins, they would probably all be like, oh yeah, definitely done that, definitely done that, I've been through that. Like, no, you know, we're all going through the same things oftentimes, but we're so hard on ourselves. So I think what's cool is like opening up conversations, not just in that community, but with all of our friends about what we're going through. And that's why I'm always hella open about shit I'm dealing with, because it's like, why not?
And that's
like, what's the point of looking perfect or looking like I'm not a human when like our humanity is the best thing we have?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I feel
Offer,
that.
you know?
I feel that.
It's like, why be contrived and perfect? It's like, I'm not down for that shit.
I mean, you're talking to someone who goes by Lewsr. Like, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. And like even in your artist talk, I remember someone asked you like, do you say that because you don't have like self-esteem? Like, do you call yourself Lewsr? And you're like, no, it's my initials. And he was like, is there a deeper reason though? Like, are you okay? And you're like, I remember you're like, I say it because I'm confident though. Like, it's like, yeah, you know?
Yeah, it takes a confident person to like definitely be able to do that, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, that and like, I don't want to set too much expectations for myself. I'd rather people just be around and find out.
If you
know?
keep the bar low.
It's not even that. It's just like, who cares to like learn and be curious and inquire more past that like initial image that they might have barriers around, right? And
plus,
like if they don't, then kind of like fuck it. Like,
and plus, it's a really easy way to weed people out of my life.
right?
Like, if you're not gonna accept me if I'm calling myself Lewsr, like, I don't want you around. Like, I promise that's my real name. Like,
yeah,
my mom didn't give me that name, but she gave me the initials to have that name.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it is like as soon as you show who you really are, like you will have stronger and better friendships. You know,
Yeah.
people either stay around or they don't.
Yeah, straight up.
You know.
But I like to do things to weed people out quick to see if they actually want to come back. Like that's
Yeah.
that's my defense mechanism.
See? Boundaries.
Lou, do you feel like you're good at
Yo, I'm
setting
Latina.
boundaries?
We don't know about boundaries.
Am I good at what?
Setting boundaries?
See? This is why we need to have this conversation.
Yes. Yes, I'm great at setting boundaries. Because if I don't want you in my life, you're not in my life. Like, it's just that simple. Like, I don't know. I'm great at, like, not crossing boundaries. I've learned that over the years.
Yeah.
Shit, had my ass beat by a few women, like, for nothing sometimes.
For nothing.
That's amazing.
But you live and you learn, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the best part. I'm always trying to learn shit.
Well, I mean, we should, you know, we're humans. I mean, if we're not learning, what are we doing? Just sitting here, like, taking up space?
Well, see, that's the
Yeah.
thing. Some people are not, actually. They're not.
Are not human
They're
or
not
trying to learn?
learning. They're not learning. They're not, like, learning from their mistakes. They're not looking back. They're not trying to glean anything. They're not trying to, like, make the crooked road straight. Like, some people are not, actually.
Yeah, this is true.
And that's
Well,
why...
I mean, we're in the time in humanity where some of us don't need to do anything. We could just sit at our house and play PlayStation all fucking day. You know what I mean? Like, not learn
Get like
anything.
sponsored and shit.
Yeah, straight up. Like we're in a unique part of humanity where, like, you don't need to learn. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
So
No, yeah,
I think
maybe?
the need is still there, but some people have found the loophole, and there's money there. So there we go.
Well, some people are also just content, like, just sitting in their hole.
Yeah.
You know?
But I feel like we're only as strong as our weakest link, and it's really hard to progress as a society. Yeah, when, like, some people are kind of taking the low-hanging fruit, you know?
Yeah.
So should those people just go to a different like island?
Honestly, listen.
So, like, what's the plan here?
I think that's my question.
I am 100% for productive segregation. I am. I think that for those who really don't want
She's like,
a productive society, that's fine. That's fine.
Go wash yourself with a rag on a stick.
What?
You never saw that Simpsons where like Homer got all big,
Bria
and he
goes,
got all
"What?"
fat,
Yeah.
and he was just I just want to wash myself with
With
a
a
rag
rag.
on a stick. That's how I feel like how
rag on a stick.
that's how
okay.
I feel how a bunch of humanity is right now. Like they're not doing anything. They're stagnant. They're just sitting around watching everyone.
Well, they
You
want to like
think?
do
I mean,
less and get.
I also feel like
Not
you
everyone.
know,
Not everyone
and
is as creative.
to
as
another
others.
point, this is also like the first time ever where we have like the most entrepreneurs and the most people just building businesses and like, you know what I mean? Because we have social media and it's like before Instagram, like it wasn't this easy to just like, you know, like build an e-commerce business where like people are getting paid just to, you know, travel and talk about what they really liked about their trip. Like, you know what I mean? People are like just able to actually like make a living off of this too though. Like, so I don't know. I mean,
That's what
I
I'm
just
saying.
like want to look hot online. That's all I use it for. Honestly.
So back to the unseen.
Okay, we're gonna go back to unseen.
Back to Saturday
Can you
night.
turn my headphones down?
Oh yeah, sure.
It's so loud in my ear.
Damn.
Bria's like, I have a headache.
Thank you.
As a producer,
That's too low. I can't hear anything.
That work?
A little bit more. Say something.
I think
That's much better.
Thank you. Sorry.
I think
also my voice in your ear is probably really shrill.
All right. So back to unseen.
No,
Yes.
It's just really loud.
Who's all showing?
I love talking about unseen for the 500th time in my day to day. No, I'm just kidding. Today I was literally like, if I never have to write
Sass.
unseen on a whiteboard again, I will be very happy. No, who's showing? In alphabetical order.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I
okay.
do know it in alphabetical order though.
Let's hear it.
So Tristan Boulez, I think is how you pronounce his last name. He's at Hot Cheetos 210 on Instagram.
Oh man, I like his word.
Yo, he's sick and he's just like the coolest. His eyes are on Digital Pro Lab, so if y'all like have seen
Oh,
that's
what
what it is.
giant eyes, yeah, the kids at Dunkin' Donuts. I went by the other day and they were like, honestly, dude, that shit's creepy. And I was like, yeah. I'm the first person in Digital Pro Lab every day during the week, and like you could see the eyes on the other side, so it's just like a dark lab, and then just like these eyes and like me. And, like,
Yeah, that's a lot.
Britney
for
Spears.
8 a.m. in the
yeah, just 8 a.m. I'm like, all right. So Tristan and then Apsody, who's one of the light catchers. Francisco was just on the show. So one of the students that he has in his light catcher society program. She has some really cool work showing. Oh, look, I have a whole list. Sam Cook, who we talked about. He's at sc.sw on Instagram. Scott Gleason, I think he's Scott Gleason
What up,
Photography.
Glees?
He is representing the military side of San Antonio, the ceremonial side of the military. It's
I really
sick.
got off to his work. I never
Yeah?
knew him before like
really
before
gorgeous
this,
stuff.
But yeah, his work
Yeah.
is dope. Like
I saw them
really
at the
like
lab
his work.
today, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, they're really cool. We printed his on a really cool substrate, and
Did you say
I was
substrate?
or substrate. What is it? Paper, whatever it is. Like,
Can we talk about what y'all
What's
printed
a
about?
substrate?
I don't know. Like, I don't know what so everything that you're gonna see at Unseen has been printed by Alex, who's also the curator, and on materials that we offer there. So we have products from metal panel prints that are going to be shown, fine art papers, large format photography prints, with some really big photos going up. I know Enrique, we printed his on like a 40 by 60, and that was from a film photo.
Damn.
So we scanned his stuff in really big.
Damn.
Is that the 16-bit or the 30?
64
64.
for something scan.
Right, yeah, wow.
It does take 2 extra days.
Wow.
I mean, I would.
It takes a
hope.
long time to scan that big from film. Do you want me to go down the list?
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
finish doing this.
we got
Let's
Hannah
finish- let's give
Harbor
everybody
at
their
Girl
flowers real quick.
Harbor at Girl Harbor on Instagram. She's showing some really cool Polaroid pulls. She has this really sick process. Look it up on her Instagram. John Hendrick. He's John Hendrick _ photo, I believe.
Yeah.
One of my favorite people.
He's actually the one who told me, like, yo, you need to get her on your podcast, bro.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to John. John,
Love you, John.
I feel like I don't go one day of my life without
John's
chatting
great.
with John.
I know.
He's one of the best people.
Good people,
I've
for
ever
sure.
met. Good people. And he's going to bring his dog in to see me soon. John, this is me telling you to bring your dog in to see me. He got a new dog.
She just got all her shots too.
Keith Hernandez.
I saw that today.
What's Keith's Instagram? At Shop by Chubbs. I don't know if his Instagram's active right now, but he's going to be showing some photos from the west side of San Antonio. Some really cool stuff. And shout out to my girl, Nana La Chingona on Instagram, because her photo is actually being shown in the show. A photo of her that I love a lot. Amon Jackson. I cannot repeat his Instagram. It is, I could look it up. I don't know what it's like.
I mean, I'm impressed you got this far, to be honest.
It's like a word. Oh, I know all
Instagram
of them.
handles.
All of the promo material has just been me, like,
Right,
typing
that
it.
makes
So
sense.
at this point, I'm like in my head. Amon's stuff is really beautiful too. He's going to be showing stuff from the east side of San Antonio. Enrique Exit 7 Films on Instagram, showing some beautiful stuff. That's the one that's really big.
I saw it the other day. It looks
Yeah,
amazing.
it's gorgeous. Carmen Peña, One Love Photog SATX on Instagram. I adore Carmen. She started the like a female film or a female photography like photo walk right before pandemic. You know, she's really passionate about representing women in photography, especially street photographers. Her pieces are really special, and they're actually the opening pieces of the show. They're huge. They're like 8 feet by 8 feet. I think we printed.
What?
Yeah, Louis Preciado, which is just Louis Preciado on Instagram, showing some really beautiful images of his grandparents.
Dude, I had to sit back and like stare at his stuff for a minute.
Oh,
his stuff is so detailed, so amazing.
It's
like
gorgeous. And
it just it took me back to when my grandparents were alive, just staring at everything.
Yeah.
Like you could see like the inside of the crib, the just
all of it. It's
Yeah,
nostalgic.
yeah.
And I think the curators did such a beautiful job with everybody's work. So just huge shout out to Alex Francisco and Amanda who kind of put all of those images together in the sequences that they went. It just tells this beautiful story. When we started talking about Unseen, it was in May. And we didn't even have a name yet. We didn't have any of the marketing. We just knew we wanted to bring people in. And when you walked into the lab, we wanted you to see San Antonio. And so, you know, as the curator team, we kind of came together and we chose people based on that. Why we chose you as well. So Lou's work is going to be shown at LEWSR.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
I wanted to go by Lewsr instead of Luis Rodriguez because like
I remember I asked you about that because we at first said Luis Rodriguez.
because by September 1st I'm gonna have Lewsr.com out. And I'm really excited about that. Like,
wow.
shout out
Let's
Juan,
go.
my boy Juan. He's been
Juan
helping
Guinness?
me. He's been helping me. You know, bring that to life.
That's what's
Nice.
up. Can
I
you
know.
tell us a little bit about it? Like what's
I'm just trying to get out there a little bit more.
Yeah.
That and I wanted that domain name. Like
Right.
I just,
Yeah.
cool domain name.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I just I wanted to make it official. Like I just want to do shit. Like
Hell
I'm
yeah.
tired. I'm tired of just sitting in the corners watching everyone do shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out there this past couple of years. I know I'm always doing something, but I mean like
Officially.
yeah.
Yo, and that's the cool part. I think we're all pushing each other towards that, you know? And people, we're all using our skills. I know Juan is an incredibly talented coder. And
Smartest
builds
Mexican I know.
amazing
Tell 'em that all the
websites.
time.
Like, so just knowing people who can do things that we can't do or that we don't know how to do and just saying like, hey, dude, I need help or, you know what I mean? People just being really generous a lot of times and offering that advice.
That's something.
That's what's beautiful about San Antonio, I feel.
That's something I said during the Herstory project. It's like nothing good happens alone, and I was so moved by the level of community, you know, if I needed help with something or I needed to know, like, hey, who offers this service or who provides this, like, none of my needs went unmet. And I think that's really special about San Antonio's creative and, like, specifically our photo community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like how Unseen put me in a position to meet other photographers.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that because I would never reach out to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think at the same point, it's like, it's important to know people who do things you can't do, and it's just as important to know people who are doing the things you're doing as well, and build that camaraderie and know how to be in those spaces without it being competitive.
Yeah, straight up.
Know?
Yeah.
Supportive.
Like celebrating each other.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, and that's what Pao and I with Copa, it's like, yeah, we're not the only creative media, like, agency, solutions company, whatever, like, and we know that. And we're not trying to, like,
and we're cool with that.
We're cool with it, and I don't care.
Fine. Yeah.
Like, we're just like, but we're ours, like, we're us, you know, and if we can't do something or we don't have the capacity, like, no problem. Here's people who can.
Yeah.
Or
refer people.
Yeah, so it's not, I think that's very unique to San Antonio.
I completely agree.
Point.
I mean, I've talked to so many people that are not from San Antonio, live here now, or like, or just from other places, and they're like, I've just never seen a community like this before. Like, es único, you know? It's just not common.
Yeah.
But I love that about this city.
It's because Bria's here.
Speaking of Bria, you showed at Squeezers before, right?
I have, yes.
I think I showed the month right after you showed.
I think, yes, I do remember that. I remember, like, hearing your name and realizing that there was, like, oh, he's known. But I don't think I really knew you at that time yet. But, yeah, Alex is in chapter 2. Uh-huh. And so when we were taking it down from the Impact Guild, she said, hey, like, what are you doing with these images? And I was like, take them to my house. She's like, do you want to hang them up in Squeezers? And I was like, yeah. So my friend actually helped me hang them up, and they were, I think it was like, I want to say, was it like August or September of that year? It had to be September.
I think you were August because I think I showed in September.
Well,
I have a horrible memory though.
Because the community storytelling event for chapter 2 was on my birthday. I will never do that again.
I remember that because I was there.
Oh my
We'll
god!
never do that again.
Because we went to Barbaro.
Barbaro.
Right after. Yep.
I love Barbaro, especially on Mondays. Especially on
a
Mondays.
great spot.
That pizza is a rock and a weary place. The first time I had Barbaro, I couldn't even focus on the conversation. Because the pizza slapped that hard. I was like, I don't know what you're saying.
Honestly, their salads are even so good too, though.
Like when, like, I'll be like going on dates with someone and they're like, well, where do you want to go? And every time I'm like, Barbaro.
You
But
can't
I
go
just
wrong.
want to eat.
You can't go wrong.
Like, I'm just trying to eat.
You
like,
know you're going to
that's all I
get
care
good
about.
food, good ambiance.
Yeah.
It's surefire.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Can't miss on that one.
But yeah.
Now I'm like,
I
thinking
do
about
remember that
pizza.
now that you bring that up. Yeah. See, like we're all just a little connected, you know. There's like this thread running through all of us,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's a huge city, but the community's so like small.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's why like everyone always says it about San Antonio, right? It's like big city, small town feel.
Dude, everyone knows everyone.
Yo,
It's
I
like
Everybody
cannot
knows
leave
everybody.
My house.
within like 4 degrees of people, everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
It's-
I went to Marfa.
But I love it. I love it.
It's aight.
I was in
I love it.
Yeah,
in
it
Marfa,
depends.
Texas. Got in, went to this sandwich shop, and I had a customer from Digital Pro Lab walk in right after me.
Oh, really?
In
And-
Marfa?
Yeah, in Marfa. And it's like a running joke with some of my friends that like I can't go anywhere, like you can't take me anywhere because I will have to stop and like chat with someone or whatever. And literally I was like, well, I'm leaving town.
Especially Marfa. Marfa's
Yo,
like
Yeah.
What,
and they
one-
were like,
one
oh,
stop
hey,
sign?
you helped us with your scans. Yeah, Marfa is like 1,700 people.
Oh.
one
I
stop
think,
sign,
yeah.
one red light.
It's like 8
It's
hours
crazy.
away. like,
It's like
Oh,
one.
it's not that far.
It's like 5 hours.
oh
it's
yeah,
like
that's
4 or
right.
5
Sorry, I'm
hours.
thinking of like
You're thinking of Thule, yeah. So like where I'm from is one stoplight as well. It's like 2.8 square miles.
Where are you from?
Tularosa, New Mexico. Yeah, it's right by El Paso. And so I was like, Marfa's definitely like the same size. Yo, it's smaller. It's smaller. We were
Wow,
looking
that's
up the
actually
population, 'cause
surprising
I think
to me
they're at
because Thule
1,700.
feels so much smaller.
Thule's at 2,100 people.
I've always wanted to show him Marfa at
Yo.
that
They have
hotel
some
out
really
there.
cool
Not Hotel
galleries.
St. George, the other one.
Paisano?
Paisano.
Yeah, we stayed there for a wedding we
We
shot.
did.
And they have some really cool images up.
It was
Yes.
really nice.
The pool looks a lot bigger online though.
We didn't even go to
We
the
didn't
pool.
even see the
Well, it was like
pool.
November.
True.
Yeah. I mean, is that like something you would have the opportunity to do?
I'm pretty sure
Like,
if you
how
bug
do
them enough, like I subscribe to their emails thing. Like,
Yeah.
I always see what they're
That's
showing.
hilarious.
Yeah. Marfa's funny because like
Dude, that's how I am. If I really want to do something, I will bug you enough
Bug
until
the
I get to
shit
do
out
it.
of
Well,
Like,
you know,
That's how
that's
you
how
gotta
you.
do
That's
it.
how you. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to practice my Spanish in a bit on Duolingo.
she has Duolingo. She can't miss a day.
You can't.
How many days are you on?
Let's check my streak.
Oh my god. Do you have Snapchat streak still? Y'all remember
No.
Snapchat?
No.
What now?
Snapchat. When it was like had,
What
like,
about one of my ex-girlfriends didn't let me have it, so I've never had
1,033
it.
days.
That's. Oh my god,
Yeah,
you
what
do
do
date
you-
toxicas.
La Toxica? Show them the sticker I got you.
Oh my
La
gosh.
Toxica.
That's
kill you, bro.
hilarious.
It'll kill you.
He goes, my girlfriend said no.
One of my exes did not let me have it, so I've never been interested
You
in it.
never had it.
Yeah.
Damn.
I feel you. My ex was vegan, so like I was vegan. And now I'm like, why?
Yeah, she'd be doing that.
I
I'd be
do
like,
that.
yo, really?
I'm just like,
We're not
eating
gonna-
plant-based.
I mean, vegan. I mean, it's not
No,
bad.
I actually
No,
love. I love
no,
to eat
it's not.
plant-based.
It's not
yeah.
so bad, guys.
It's actually fun. Eating plant-based.
No
is
hate
fun.
on veganism.
Hey,
yeah.
No,
Hey,
hate
no
on
hate, no
veganism.
hate. I
No
just don't
hate.
have that discipline. I need my carne
Yeah.
asada. in my
Yeah.
life.
Yo, that's the
that's-
thing. I was like, when
I'm
I
saying
got
I'm
drunk,
cooking
though,
for
I
her,
was
and
like,
all of a sudden we're
pastor.
not doing meat anymore. You
Yeah.
know?
I was vegan till I was drunk, and then I was at the taco truck, like, eat like 10, 15 tacos in. I don't care.
Okay, so my streak is 1,033 days.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's like 4 years.
What is that? That's like yeah. That's
That's like three years.
several
3.5
years.
I'm gonna do the math.
Yeah, let's do some.
That's
quick
3.5.
maths.
1033
No, not 3.5.
divided by
3.5 years?
365.
You know what helps me learn
2.8
Spanish?
years.
Oh wow, I was
Singing
so
karaoke. That's what helps me speak
Sing a
Spanish.
karaoke song.
Yeah.
I'm it's
A ver,
I'm not
pues.
at high tones. It's not Monday.
A ver,
Well, we
pues.
went with you. You didn't even sing.
When?
Did you sing when we went to High Tones? It was me, you, Brittany.
Yeah, I did.
Who
I
else
totally
was there?
did. You were
Dominique.
drunk.
I was. Yo, it's because I always have a reason. Yeah, I was drunk. Yeah.
But I did.
Yeah.
If I'm there at High Tones on Mondays, I'm gonna sing.
Yeah, we should go back.
Are you
I
still
haven't
doing
been
the
in a minute.
theater program? The theater, the improv.
No, I
Is
haven't
the
been in a
British
minute.
accent again?
Yeah,
I'm
there it
either-
is.
Shout out Overtime Theater. I'm either gonna be there on Mondays or at High Tones. It's one or the other. But I can't.
I
do
really
both
want to go to
times.
that improv group with you. I used to do improv.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
It is so much fun.
I didn't know
It
that.
is jolly good fun. You play
Jolly
games,
good fun.
You can do, I even did an improv show once. It actually is so much fun.
What's like an exercise you do in improv class? I wanna
So
do
one
it.
game that we did was we first took a bunch of strips of paper and wrote down just like random words or phrases on them. Then you fold them up and then you give everyone, like you put some in your pocket without looking at them. Then you and your partner get up and just start acting out this scene. And then at random points, you just pull out the slip of paper and you have to read whatever it says.
Oh my gosh.
And you just
okay.
have to like roll with it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't think I can
That's
do that.
so cool.
But that's the whole point of improv is to keep you on your toes. It's really not meant to be scripted.
I've heard of like the yes and exercise a lot.
Yeah.
I just remember you can't ask questions.
What is yes and?
So you
Like-
just don't say no in improv. So I say, hey, chop this tree down with an axe. If you say no, that just totally ruins the momentum of the
Yeah,
scene.
it kills
So
it.
you'd be like yes and then you continue the story
I
and
will
then
also
like,
use the tree to build a house.
Right.
There you go.
Do you want to come over?
See?
yes.
Oh my god, I'm so good at improv.
You're doing improv. Period. You're an actress.
Wow.
Broadway, here she comes.
Uh-oh.
I'm down.
But yeah, let's go. I really want to go.
Well, let's do it sometime. I'm with it.
Could anyone go?
Yeah, it's super fun. The Denials are super cool people. They're interesting. Yeah, they're so funny.
Dude,
I have a good time when I go out there. And then I think they do it Friday or Saturday nights That's when just the denials does improv. But Mondays is the workshop when anyone can show up. And I like it because they don't ask for money or anything. They ask for donations. Like it's just a good time.
How did you get involved with that?
Do you know who De La Stoner is? He's like a weed influencer here in town. He's started to pick up traction like recently. Me and him were going because we both want to do stand up, and we figured if we want to do stand up, we gotta like
Get out there.
yeah, and like well, actually, when I was gonna do my artist talk, I started going there so to be in front of people doing things.
Right.
Yeah.
So that way, when I get up there, I'm not just like, hey, you know, like, just I don't know what to do with my hands.
I forgot about my Alex.
So like,
Hey.
so I started going to improv just to kind of like, I started going to improv just to kind of like build myself up.
Yeah, I have a friend
that's
who
cool.
did
It's cool that you do
improv,
that.
like literally just to get rid of,
Like social anxiety.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he was just like, yeah, I started doing. He was like, I was terrible at it, but I went and I did it and I kept doing it until like I felt comfortable doing it, comfortable, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know if I
Like,
could ever
I
get
could
on a
never
stage.
like.
I
No,
just
it's so
remember
much fun.
they always ask like, hey, give us something to do. So I'm always like, do the Macarena. That's my
That's
go-to
your
with them.
thing. Yeah.
How do you do that again?
I
Yep.
should try that.
Yep.
The last time we did a party at Digital Pro Lab,
Yeah, you got it.
There it is.
That's it.
Still got it.
Macarena.
Aye.
that song's like really sad though. If you
Is
actually
it?
read the words.
What is it?
Yeah, what's it
what are the
about?
words?
It's just like about a girl who
Baila
like,
tu
they're
cuerpo
like,
alegría Macarena.
yeah, they're like you exist to like basically
Oh wow.
be hot
yeah.
and make men feel
Que
good.
tu cuerpo
Sí.
sería
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
Damn.
But she might have just existed for that. Like, why is that a bad thing? Maybe it's just my construct making it sad. Like, maybe it's not sad.
maybe she was happy to do that.
I feel like
Maybe
she's
she was
having a
like,
great time.
I'm happy. Yeah.
She's just perpetually stuck doing this no matter what. She's just trying to eat.
All right.
Trying to pay her taxes.
Oh my god.
Trying to do her taxes while doing that.
While doing the Macarena.
I can't even do my taxes.
I almost said I had to get a lawyer. I had to get a tax person this year. Had too many 1099 NECs. I was like, what's even going on?
Yeah.
But they found me some money. They even amended my 2020 taxes.
Yo,
found
having
me
a
some more
CPA is a
money.
game changer
Oh,
for sure.
That's how I'm doing it from now on.
Yeah, no, it's the only way to go.
If you're a freelancer,
honestly.
it's the way forward.
Absolutely. I completely
It
agree.
is.
It really is.
Why
Yeah.
are you laughing? There's
TurboTax
nothing
is my
funny
friend.
about getting your
That's all I
taxes
know.
right.
I've got a guy that's great. So if y'all ever need someone.
Aw.
All right. Well, it's coming on an hour. It's about that time.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it flew by.
Wow.
Yeah, that flew by, right?
Isn't
right?
it?
It's
And
already
you
11
thought we
o'clock.
wouldn't even make 30 minutes.
Oh, I tell that to everybody, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Bria's like, I'm an endurance athlete.
Well, one more time. If they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you, Paola?
Instagram at Paola Longoria.
Hey, and real quick, what's the Copa like IG?
Oh, Copa is Copa_creative. COAP underscore. What did I say that? Okay.
I think I might have said it wrong.
Sorry. Copa COPA_creative CREATIVE.
Bria, if they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you? Oh, and how do they listen to your show?
Yes. So you can tune in to Women in Jazz. It's every Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. Central. You can either listen like on the actual radio at 91.7 FM, or you can go to krtu.org and just click listen live, or you can also, for any show, listen to the playback at any time. And you can find me on Instagram at Bria Woods Photography.
There it is. There it is. Courtney, if they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at courtney_yeah, YEAH, or Copa_creative as well.
There we go. There we go. There we go. If you've listened this long, I love you. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I would do.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Lew.
thank you. This
This
is
is
a
so
party.
fun.
Thanks for my alligator.
Oh, you're welcome.
Se llama la tóxica.
Se llama la tóxica.
Y'all stay out of trouble. Again, don't do anything I do. And I love you.
Drink water.